In the video on cropping, I mentioned straightening an image, but I didn't have a chance to show it there. So I want to show it here. It's a very straightforward process, but there is one word of caution in it. It is potentially destructive process, or at least let's say that it is rewriting pixels. So you want to do it once. Like, let me give you an example. What you wouldn't want to do is say, okay, I want this image to be a little bit more like this, and then you go ahead and you say, no, that wasn't quite right. Let me try it again, and then you make another. Every time you do that, you're asking Photoshop to rewrite the pixels because it has to, make them work from left to right based on the crop that you made. So what you would want to do is make sure that you get it right. So I'm going to file, revert. So in other words, only straighten one time. And even if you're not deleting pixels, same thing. You still have to rewrite them. So let's talk about how you actually straighten an image. Let's say, for example, that we wanted this image positioned so that this became the center of the image, so that we had image above, image below. So kind of this square I'm making is what we want. Two ways we can do that. One way is we can just grab the crop tool and just start making a crop that we want, and then turning this box just by placing our cursor over the edge. So let me just repeat those steps, make sure you have them down. So assuming we don't have the crop tool yet, we just go grab it. With the crop tool selected, rather than moving in on the crop, I'm just going to simply click and drag as to the crop area that I want. I'm going to place my cursor anywhere near the corner, and it turns to that double-sided cursor, which lets me know I can drag it. And then I can just simply, by looking at these bars that come up on the crop, I can use that. I could also just temporarily bring the bottom in to give me a real nice solid edge, define the crop area. And now what I'm doing now has no effect, no damage on the image. It's when I commit to it. So I'd really want to take my time during this phase and say, okay, yep, that's what I want. I want so much above, so much below. And then let's say that I like that crop. I go ahead and now I've committed to that crop. Now there's another way that you can do it. Some people like this one better. What you can do is, with the crop tool selected, you can go up to straighten, click on straighten, click and drag out a line with the straighten tool, click down, and that becomes your new level of the image, if you will. And it even tells you in degrees just off to the side of the cursor what this angle is. As soon as I release the mouse, it now gives me a crop based on the original ratio that is the max that I can get. If I wanted to go bigger, wider, I have to realize that I'm going to be going beyond the image size, and I might have to get fancy and do some cloning to put some data back there. But I could come in on it further if I just needed it to be a long, skinny, wide image. Still have a lot of flexibility in that way. And then I hit return and I have the crop. And assuming that I didn't have the box checked to delete pixels, I can re-enter the crop tool, start to maneuver it, and I see the image that was there. And again, as long as I don't continuously straighten the image, going back and recropping like this is fine. I'm not reordering pixels by going in and saying, no, I do want that a little bit taller and a little bit less wide. That's no problem.